So I've heard about people talking about a direct transport rule. So you mentioned about the goods coming from Morocco. They might come direct from Morocco to the UK. That's a perfectly legitimate movement, but they also might come through the European Union. Can I still claim preference on all of those Moroccan goods, or do I need to do anything else? Like, am I allowed to clear in the EU and then claim the EU preference or the Moroccan preference? How does that work?
Right, that's
Sorry.
You've thrown a curveball, and it's a big one. Obviously, different things for different products depending on what they are. Again, as well, it's quite complex, as you can imagine. So if you sent it direct, but it's come from Morocco through the EU, if it's cleared in the EU, say you've cleared it in Rotterdam, for example, it's then in free circulation, then it's okay. But it depends what the product is. So we know we've had discussions about fish recently. That's a lot more complex because it's to do with the association of the fish being caught itself and what's involved in that, so that there are clear ways for the fisheries community to check the volumes of fish and so forth, and that it's legally caught and so forth. So you couldn't just do that without having the necessary documentation.
Okay, so it's a bit product dependent, but generally you wouldn't be able to break that direct transport rule.
Correct.
Okay. So let's talk about how you would actually claim it then. So as an importer, you want to claim against that preferential trade agreement. You bought your goods of EU origin. So the goods have arrived into the UK from the EU. As an importer, what do I need to do to claim that preference?
You need to do it at the time of the import. So you need to ensure that you state in the declaration that you are going to claim preference based on the EU. You need to have some kind of statement of origin or declaration. If the products are coming in on a regular basis, you can have something that's called a long-term supplier declaration. And you need to have that available should it be queried at any time to allow you to submit it correctly. Okay,
and then let's say the same import but comes from Morocco now. Are there any differences there? We've touched on them a little bit, but as an importer, how am I claiming that preferential rate from Morocco?
Yes, so in that case, as say, it's much more of a formal documentation. You would need to have it's similar, I guess, in sense. It's just you're doing it against different trade agreements, different references. So if you've got something that is Moroccan origin, you still need to have a statement of origin or a declaration, normally on the invoice commercial invoice itself, saying these goods all origin from Morocco, falling under this trade agreement.
Yeah. Okay. So the supplier declaration, you've mentioned statement of origin. Who's responsible for issuing those? What does it cover? Does it cover all the goods that I ever ship? Or
I wish.
And why does that actually matter? Why is that important?
Yeah, I mean, in reality, it's the responsibility of the importer to pull those documents together. And one of the challenges that probably EORI has to face is making sure that the importer is aware of the responsibility that they have to do these things.
Because it's a supplier declaration, so they've not made it.
Correct, exactly. So they have to ask their supplier for it. Now again, depending on the commodities or the type of products, you'll have some suppliers that know that these are required and readily provide you with them. But there'll be lots of suppliers, if you don't ask, you don't get. Yeah. And even, well, what do you want me to provide you with? So they won't even know what kind of wording to provide or how to structure it and so forth. And you can guarantee that, you're not going to have a direct correlation that all your products come from the same supplier, from the same country, and the same way every time. So you need to ensure that you keep a log of all the different suppliers, all the products, so that should you have something come in, you have all the relevant documents collated that correspond to the products that are on your shipment.
And I've heard of registered exporter scheme in the European Union. Why would that matter in this sense?
Yeah, so that That's essentially allowing them to export, and it's for anything that's over, I think it's about €6,000. So any sort of probably realistically, yeah, you need to have that registration to allow you to ship it appropriately.